Today, we're going to be talking about influencing others. What I'd like to hear from you guys, or you folks, is, think about a prior situation in which you attempted to exert influence.
Jesse, the one thing I can think of that where it exerted influence is we provided a compelling and strong value proposition.
I would say for me, one of the most important factors is how well I understand the audience or the person person or persons I'm attempting to influence.
We're going to get a little bit deeper, and we're going to turn it over to Teresa, who's going to walk us through the Cohen and Bradford influence model.
This Cohen-Bradford influence model, it's not based on authority alone. It's based on the law of reciprocity. And, when we use authority or others use authority on us, it's not always a guarantee that something's going to be successful or that it will be a positive outcome. And so with this law of reciprocity, to me, what seems to underlie it is a sense of curiosity, but also a pursuit of more of a positive motive and intention. So using this model, it's really useful. I think we've said some of these things already. So it's really helpful when you have no authority over these other people, or perhaps they're resisting you. We've talked about resistance as part of just change. If you don't have a good relationship with a person from whom you need this help, it could be a resetting of the relationship too, in trying to influence them. You have only one opportunity to ask that person for help potentially, or you may not know the other person well. So this model can help you with these situations that you might be in. The real key to all of this is building successful relationships. And by establishing your credibility, you certainly start to build their perception of your integrity. And that's kind of at the core of all this. You want to be able to help others build your network, take appropriate action when it's needed, and earn people's trust and provide value to them. And even though something may not work out this one time, just by doing something small or laying a foundation later on, you can reap the benefit of that. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to transition this over to Tomas, who's going to walk us through this whole wonderful thing called political savviness.
Another key component or another key concept we wanted to talk about today regarding building relationships is in the arena of political savviness. And actually, Laura earlier brought up the point, the importance of understanding the person you are trying to influence. So we want to talk about a model. There's several models out there, but one of them that we're going to focus on is this model that was created by Simon Baddeley and Kim James. So this is a useful way of identifying the political style and motivations of those you're consulting with, right? To use this model developed by Baddeley and James, as shown on this diagram, it categorizes people into 4 categories: sheep, donkeys, owls, and foxes. And the idea here is to understand how people tend to show their political savviness and their motivations. The role of the consultant is not to get lost in the politics or even, immerse yourself in the organizational politics that uncovers all this stuff, right? Whether people are playing psychological games or they're acting with integrity and how politically aware they are. But really, it's just to recognize the whole idea of this, right, is just to reinforce it, is to know where they are. And like we just talked about in the last slide, kind of bridge to where they are and try and move them along the process as a good consultant.
And Tomas, it's even important to know what type of political animal you are as yourself, right? To have that self-awareness, because as I was listening to this, I was thinking, which one am I? And do I wear all of these different hats at different times? Am I doing things, based upon who's in the room and what the situation is or what the project is, right? So it's interesting.